Hello there, I'm Mona Loy, Blackbright News, and today's video is about all of these stabbings and killings that are going on. And I'm wondering what we as parents can do, and I'm sure a lot of parents are wondering what they can do to protect and safeguard their children. A lot of people are saying it's because the fathers are not in the home, and that children are raised with one-parent families. But when you think of people like Barack Obama, Shaquille O'Neal, I know 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, Kanye West, you could argue that some of these are not exactly role models, but they have broken out of the mold. They are living a relatively successful life, and they did it without a father. Eddie Murphy's another one. Jet Li, the Chinese guy, Notorious B.I.G. The Alicia Keys, Pierce Brosnan. I'm going to read some out to you. Demi Moore, Keanu Reeves, Eva Mendes, Christine Aguilera, Halle Berry, Angelina Jolie, Jay-Z, Mariah Carey, 50 Cent, Martin Lawrence. All of those people grew up in a one-parent home. And I'm not so they're all celebrities and entertainers, but there are children who are academics who also grew up with one parent. So it's not about whether or not a household has one parent that determines what that children are on the street. There are a lot of factors, and there are a lot of things that we as parents can do. Giving our children jobs to do instead of letting them stay in their rooms on their electronic equipment. Give them jobs to do so they can know the value of work. Educate yourself so you can teach education to your children. Show them social etiquette so they know how to interact with others. Build a stable background by coming home on time and not working extra hours. I know money is short, but children need stability. They need to know that even if their mother is working and she's a role model, that she makes time for them. The same applies when there's two parents in the home. Sometimes there'll be two parents in the home and the child doesn't see either of them. Both parents are working, leaving the children to look after themselves. It's things like that that make children feel neglected and feel as though they're living in an unstable environment. And it's not fair on the child. We as parents brought these children into the world. They need to know what it is to survive in this world. And they can only do that when you communicate with them. And that's not just by telling them what to do like an authoritarian. It's about enabling them. It's about explaining to them in a language that they understand. They don't have to go to the street to understand what life is all about. You can talk to them. You don't have to talk in street language, but you can still have a discussion with them. I remember the days when we used to sit around the table and we used to talk. I remember the days when, parents used to take us shopping. And as we were going down shopping, we'd be holding hands and talking and discussing. That doesn't seem to happen now. Children are either on their tablets or phones. The parents don't know what they're doing. Everything looks pretty innocent when you're looking at it, but when the game is turned down, you realise it's either something violent or something to do with combat or treachery or something. It's not positive. So you have to be careful. You have to monitor your children. You have to make life interesting for them so they look forward to spending time with the family. A lot of children, they just can't wait to leave the home because they feel neglected. and it's not right. It's not right. We wonder why children are on the street. They're on the street because they're bored. They're on the street because their parents don't have time for them. You know, if the parents are educated, they find that in homes where parents are educated, there's not so much crime. There's not so much children ending up in prison. Where parents are working and involving the children in their work. That also helps to reduce when the children can understand the whole process and they can contribute and they can help. That helps the child to feel a part of what's going on. But if the mother has gone out 6 o'clock in the morning and doesn't come in until about 11 o'clock at night, and the only contact they have is a phone call, are you okay? You know, have you had something to eat? I've left you something in the fridge. What does that tell the child? It tells the child, you haven't got time for me. You don't care about me. You're going out there to work and pay the bills. You haven't got time for me. And a lot of children will say they prefer to live in a little shack and be with their parents than to be in a big, beautiful home and not see them. So, you know, I find that it is about nurturing the child, encouraging them to do well in school, going through their homework with them, spending time with them, understanding how their day was at school and listening to what they're saying, picking up on things, questioning them about what they're saying, and asking them to expand and explain. A lot of children, our young people, they use very short sentences, you know, and sometimes you feel as though you don't want to be too invasive. But open up a dialogue, inquire, find out what they mean by, oh yeah, it was all right. Yeah, I had a good day at school. What does that mean? What does that mean? You know, had a bit of bother. What does that mean? You need to inquire. You need to engage. And I'm sure that if parents involve themselves more in young people's lives, there wouldn't be so many young people on the street dying today. I know you have the odd ones that are not doing anything, that are going out, maybe going to see their girlfriend, coming home quite innocently. I know those exist. Some people are innocent bystanders. Today I was in a shop and somebody stole something. And it was a white boy, a white teenage boy. And the person who was running the shop, I don't know if he was a manager or what, was a black man. And he took the item off of the boy, and the boy went through the door. But he went after the boy saying, don't you come back. If you come back, I'm going to give you this. Oh, you won't like what's going to happen to you if you come back. I thought to myself, why are you provoking? Why are you being provocative? Why are you threatening? Because you don't know if these boys belong to a gang and will come back, wait till you finish work and duff you in. It's just not worth it. It's just a job. That you found out the guy nicked something, you've got it back, let him go on his ways. I'm saying that because sometimes we don't know why people end up stabbed. I heard that a young boy was dead on the Thames and it wasn't in the news. 2 guys were killed in Luton a couple of weeks ago. And people are dying left, right and centre. Young people are being stabbed left, right and centre. And a lot of times it is gang related. And when it's gang related, the gang leaders say that the young people are seeking a father model, a father figure. So they go to them, who tell them what to do, who show them how to live, in quotes. That's not what we want for our young people. Don't let other people do our job. Make sure that you engage with your children, you communicate in a way that they understand, you provide stability at home, and stability can just mean coming in at the same time, having that time set aside to spend with your children, eat with your children, not allowing them to be on the phone. I know it's peaceful and it keeps them out of the way and it keeps them out of trouble, so to speak, but you don't know what they're doing. You don't know who they're speaking to. You don't know who they're interacting with. Next thing you know, they're getting hostile. They're putting signs on their door. They don't want you to come in. And then things are out of hand already. So I hope you found this helpful. Take care for now. Bye-bye.